Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Victor from Malvini, and today I got something interesting. I see there are YouTube videos already on the YouTube. You can see about this device. I saw it and thought, interesting. The first rebuildable pod system on the market. So I needed to have one and test it, and that's why I thought, okay, why don't I share with you all the first unboxing and the first builds and then a vape. So if you I would appreciate if you would comment below if you like this. If you have questions, please feel free to ask as well. I will try to answer them as we go through this. And as I said, I'm no YouTuber, no Facebook guy. I'm just a shopkeeper, and I thought this could be an interesting test run on doing a live video. So stay tuned and let's take a look at this guy. Okay, so this is then, as I said, it's called Jester. I don't know, pod system, and it's rebuildable and meshed. 2 pods coming with it, 2-in-1 edition. And let's try dive down. I'll show then in close up how it looks, and let's try to build on it and vape. Okay, here we go. So that's the device. It's by VapeFly. If you can see here in the corner, if my camera zooms in, it's by VapeFly. Actually, I'll try to zoom in and adjust it manually. So, okay, on the other side, same things. Actually, the light is kind of bad here. The lighting actually, okay, maybe this is better. No, the reflection is still kind of annoying. Okay, I think this is better. So, okay, now, what about zooming in? Autofocus. Jesus, that's bad. I have to hold it like this so somebody can, so you can read it. Okay, at least we got this, the focus in. Okay, anyway, let's unpack it. As we see, it's by VapeFly, and there are a couple of editions out there. This one is, I don't know, it's yesterday was Halloween, so that looks like a kind of, I don't know, witch or Joker kind of thing. It's actually on the video, it shows it's kind of like blue color. It's actually more purple and green. Okay, that's the device. Here in the box you can see there's another pod. I said it comes with 2 pods. One is with stock coils. Rebuildable is then the other one. Then we have a box of goodies in there and the user manual. Quite a big one, actually. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Okay, let's put the box aside for now. Let's check what's in this box. And in here we have some cotton and also some pre-wrapped coils. Okay, we'll try with the stock coils. And then it is micro USB cable. And what else is there? And a set of tools, O-rings, so a bag of goodies, couple of screws, and everything else. Okay, I think we're gonna try this T-shaped screwdriver. So let's go with the stock item. Okay, that's regular Phillips screwdriver and 2 flatheads on both sides. That's it. Okay, so then for the build, we're gonna use the supplied coils they have. Actually, I'm gonna take it out. And in the set, there are 2 of them. Apologies, my phone. Actually, I put the phone on mute, so we are not distracted here. So 2 coils, and on this bag it reads Cantal and 2 millimeter diameter, a 1 ohm each with a 28 gauge VapeFly fireball. I don't know if you can read it. That's actually how it looks on the bag. Okay. Now, quite a thick piece of cotton, so we'll have to tear some bits out of it. Okay, well, let's put it aside. Actually, I got another goodie sent as well from VapeFly, as you see. This came just as a free goodie from the supplier. Actually, I think this is interesting. Cotton from VapeFly, and look at this. It's actually says 3 millimeter diameter, and here you have already cotton, organic cotton, in the perfect thickness for the 3 millimeter. Your wraps and everything. I think that's quite interesting. I see in the industry with the pod systems and everything else, everybody is now going for convenience, and I think this is actually kind of convenient way to do. Okay, let's open it. I'll just show you. It's actually inside there. You have a string like this, really long string in there, apparently perfectly for the 3 mil builds. Obviously for this little tiny 2 mil build, that's going to be a bit too thick. So let's try the original cotton they supplied with. Okay, now device itself. Let's go with the dimensions of it. So let's see. Okay, have to do it with the left hand so you can see. In the width, it would be like 33 millimeter, and in the length, the whole thing would be 91.5, so 92 millimeter, and thickness would be 19 millimeter in the thickness, the whole thing. The fire button is on the side here. That's the fire button. Oh no, that's the release button. That's the fire button. And these on the both sides, you have the release buttons for the pod. So the pod, you cannot really pull it. You have to press and then take it out. Yeah. Which pod is this one? It's actually hard to see which one is this. Okay, this is the rebuildable. So comes with a rebuildable already on it. That's the build deck. Actually, we need more light here. So like this. And let's try to zoom in a bit for the build. Like this, I think it's going to be enough. Okay, it's really tiny deck. So we have 2 Phillips screws on top of it. In the middle is tiny airflow coming from the bottom, and here you have the slots where you tuck in your cotton. In the pod, actually, it's hard to really see. It's really hard to see, and with the black plastic pods, but the cotton, as you took it in, I saw it in a YouTube video. Actually, it's supposed to go quite deep in there, almost touching the ground. Otherwise, you will have to always turn it upside down so you soak the cotton when the liquid level drops. Okay, now, so let's keep it there. Okay, long story short, let's start the build. Okay, this is really small one, really tiny. Okay, let's try with the supplied screwdriver. Loosen the screws here. Like this. Now, interesting. Which way do we put it in? Do we put it in that the wrap is facing down, or we put it in that the wrap is facing up? It's both way is possible to put it in there. I'd say I'll put it in that the builds is the wrap is going downwards, so we can the air hit coming out of the air tube is hitting directly, so that the coil is actually the wrap is deeper and a bit away from your mouth, so the vape is a bit cooler. I don't like these really hot vapes coming out. Okay, let's try to tighten one screw first. Oh, it's really a pain in the butt, I can tell you, to try to work with such a tiny deck. Jesus, no, yeah, we'll have to do one side first. Okay. Jesus. I need something to hold that in place. Okay, what about this guy? If it, yeah, okay, this way I can hold it in place. Stick them in. No, it doesn't look that good. The whole thing, it's a tiny build. Okay, now I need to pull it a bit up like that, so it's centered. Oops. It's more or less centered. Now let's finish the tightening the screws. Okay, that's it. Now we need to clip those excess. Okay, clipped. Now, how much of a cotton now do we put through there? This looks like a 2 pieces of cotton, like almost supplied, but that doesn't go in there. So let's see something smaller like that. No, it's going to be still too thick for that tiny 2 mil build. Okay, let's try something like that. The cotton. No, still. Okay, got it through. Can't really grab on the end. My fingers are too thick. So let's try to pull with the tweezers. Okay. Now with the tweezers we can feed it through. No, it's still too thick. Okay, let's remove. Actually, never did a build on 2 mil. On a 2 mil, that's seems like almost impossible to build. And Vic. Sorry for all the delay, but as I said, I never baked this before. So okay, now yeah, about this thickness would be then perfect for it. Now I'll be cutting them. So when we have this build, I think the best would be to cut here where the cotton ends, so it goes in there. So let's try to cut it there and on this side here as well. So this we need to fluff it out a bit. The ends we're gonna fluff out a bit so we can stick them in. Now we have to get those things down in that hole there. So that's gonna be an interesting one. Okay. Now I will try to get them in. No, that doesn't work this way. A tricky build, I must say. So we need to get this somehow down there. Okay, okay, you can see, but I'm looking inside there right now, and I see at least okay that end of the wick is in there, and so we take the second end and try to tuck it in there. Because it's a closed pod system, so we cannot really try, to grab it from underneath, kind of like pull it in there. So there is no way around that. So let's see. One side is nicely in, and the other side I still need to. Oh, that's a pain in the butt, I must say, to build. I just hope that it's gonna at least be worth vaping. All the hustle was worth it. It's at least decent vape coming out of it. Okay, now I managed to get it in as well. So that's how the build looks now. Okay, a little bit of fluff here around, but that's fine. So that's how it looks. Okay, now try the best I'll try some Fresh Farms Morning Melon. So it's a honeydew melon and watermelon blends. I know how it tastes. That's why I'm gonna try this one as well, and then we're going to compare with the Votofo Profile Unity Mesh and do the comparison of the flavor. Okay, so that, and the filling hole is actually this here on the side. There is a little rubber stopper. It's really hard to see now in the video. Yeah, we have to pull it open from this side. Okay, that's the stopper. Yeah. Okay. Let's fill the liquid in there. So actually, these chubby gorilla nibs are fitting in perfectly fine. So now just need to. I'm filling it also quite fast, so that's good. So it's 2 mil, quite fast filling. That's closed. And now the mouthpiece top cap, call it. In the top cap, actually, you see it's also, oops, inside there is a plastic housing with a metal kind of dome chimney in there. And it is dome shaped, so should be good for the flavor. Okay, let's take this back on. So, as I said, to release the whole thing, you have to press these two buttons on the side, press and hold and release. That's the bottom. Airflow is not adjustable. So what air goes is going through that. That's it. You cannot adjust it. On the sides you have your clip pin, and in there we have the 3 post, positive in the middle, 2 negative on the sides, and with these 2, you see they are moving. That's locking in there the pod. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch it on. It's sliding up. That's basically it. On the bottom you have your micro USB charging, VapeFly websites, and the CE markings, and that's it on the bottom. Okay, while I'm having a close up, I'll show the other pod. So the other pod which is supplied is this guy. And here we have airflow adjustment, as you can see on the bottom. We have to remove this because this is a stock coil. And with the stock coil, you can do the airflow adjustment. With this pod, to fill it, you see that little button there on the side? I mean this one here on the side. You have to press it in. So on the side you have also open. It's written open. So you have to press it in and pop this open to fill. Yeah, and then to fill, you just open this. Here's your filling hole. Here's your stock coil. It looks like it's mesh 0.6 ohm, but really tiny airflow as well. So it's definitely motor long vape with the pod. Okay, pod, I will try it later. I was really keen to check the Rebuildable deck and how it performs. Okay, so that's it for the close-up. Jester, that's how it looks. That's how tricky and difficult this is to build yourselves. So let's bring it up and try to vape it. Okay, oh, I have to zoom out, otherwise I'm too close. See all my wrinkles and everything. Okay, so, and focus, we can back on autofocus. Let's try it. The draw is actually, let me try again. Yeah, it's actually perfect for the MTL mouth to lung lovers. It's not too airy. It's about like, if you compare like Nautilus, you know, the first version of Nautilus which came out, Nautilus Mini and the 5mm Nautilus, that would be like on the they had the 4 holes, that would be like on the third hole, which was perfect for me. So this draw is actually perfect for me as well now. Not too airy, not too tight. Flavor, yeah, compared to this one, let's try. Obviously, mesh. I can't compare with a mesh. It's not fair, to be honest. But in terms of MTL, the flavor is actually not bad. They have apparently also 3 power settings. Okay, this is with the purple setting, 1, 2, 3. Now the blue, let me quickly check what was the blue in the instruction manual. What was the blue? Okay, purple is 3.3 volts. Now it's on 3.8 volts. No watts, only volts. Yeah. So on the 3.8, let's try. It's actually a decent load for MTL, I would say. Okay, and now 4.8. 1, 2, 3. Switch to green. Yeah. And actually, you can hear it's sizzling quite nicely. Oh yeah, 4.8 would be actually, I think, the perfect setting for me. But I don't know how long it's gonna last because the battery is only 1000 milliampere on this one. So firing that full power at 4.8 draining from the battery, I don't think it's gonna last ages, you know. But luckily, it's a pass through. We can charge and puff in the same time if needed. I just wanted to see that rebuildable deck and try to build. So it is a tricky one, but I want to see how long it's going to take, how long the coil and the wick is going to last on the 70-30 mix. And 3 milligram nicotine strength. That's actually my strength, so that would be interesting to see. As I said, this is just first impression, first build, unboxing, etc. Not bad. I'm really impressed, considering that's the first rebuildable pod system on the market, which at least which I have seen. That's actually not bad. The flavor is nice. The cloud production is okay, and apparently that's the downside of this is as well. If you do your own builds, you don't really know how much ohms is going to be because the pod you cannot put it on any kind of coil building ohm reading kind of thing, you know. Like when you build, you have to know what you build. You have to use the calculator with your gauge or whatever to put it in there. It's got to be thin wire, so it's not gonna work with fused Clapton coils because those screws in there are quite tiny, so the legs have to be quite thin to be able to screw them down and tighten the legs. Yeah, so this was 28 gauge, and according to the manufacturer, it's 1 ohm resistance. So okay, if they say so, we have to just trust the manufacturer what they say. But if you do later on your own builds, you got to know what you build. Actually, would be interesting to know. Okay, the other in the pod, that coil is 0.6, so you could build actually on this one also theoretically as low as 0.6, maybe 0.5. I don't know if it's going to take any lower than that. And I honestly wouldn't know why you should do that if you have in the MTL anyway. So low ohm resistance builds are not really needed. Okay, I think that's it for the first trial. I'll keep puffing on it, and later on, I will give my final thoughts then on this device. Don't ask me where you can buy one. I don't have them. I just got myself one. So if you like us to stock these, tell me, comment below. I will then definitely get some in for you guys if you want. This was just for me to test to see. I was really intrigued by this. The same as with the vape watch. Yeah, I was intrigued and I got them in like 2 months ago. Please comment below. What are your thoughts? Should we stock these or not? And see you in the next video whenever I have time. I wouldn't do them every day like all the YouTubers. I am a retailer. I'm a businessman. I am no YouTuber. But if you like this video, please also comment. Should I keep doing them, or this one is enough for you guys? Okay. So I'll talk to you later, and see you next time. Bye.